What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must've got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all I think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore. Just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back for some more ECAC SSBU. That's a lot of letters, but I promise we're going to have a whole lot of fun as well. I am Septilins, joined by the handsome and talented Ravishing Ravish himself. We've got Bay State College going up against New Jersey City University. And Ravish, the first thought on everybody's mind, Septilins, didn't we see this already? That's right. This was our last grand finals. These two teams going toe-to-toe.
Yes, sir. You're exactly right, Brother Sap, and we're back here yet again with the return of the grand finals. Both of these titans of industry have returned once again to show us how exactly to play some Super Smash Brothers. As we go on to PS2, started things up hot with Joker versus El Sonica.
Yes, we got that Sonic back on the field, and I'm actually really excited to see this matchup because Sonic, notorious for going in and getting chip damage and then just getting out of dodge as quickly as possible. It's every Sonic's favorite pastime to time somebody out in a matchup like this one. But Joker, so good at that rush down, so good at that insanely fast approach that this Sonic is absolutely going to have to adjust their play style.
Indeed it is, yeah. Like you're saying, right? Sonic has been a terror in terms of the latter two. I know I've had my absolute psychotic mental breaks when trying to face against Sonic. And so far, Angie seems to be Sonic actually is doing a darn good job of actually focusing against KTD Rampage with the bounce up of the up B as he makes sure to launch him off a kit and make sure that he can't get back up on stage. That's the first thought given over to Bay State.
Yeah, I mean, just a beautiful play there from Sonics. And this is important note for everybody watching. This is a traditional crew battle. So whoever wins this will then go up against the second member of the opposing team with that opportunity to have as many stocks as they end this game with. So Sonics, right now, looking to end this game with all three stocks on the board. Hits two springs into a two-frame, into a short hop forward air, but still just cannot find that kill quite yet. The back air still not going to be able to do it. But Ravish, even if this doesn't kill, they have done such a good job of zoning out the Arsene, and it still follows through to kill.
It's one after the next, and it seems to be the overall pacing and how the game has gone so far, especially for the side of Bay State. Sonic X has just made it so that NJCU cannot get back up. And KTD Rampage, even though all his power is currently within his hands, he is two stocks down. He's already built up all the percentage one after the next, and he simply cannot find the angle to even get a little bit of damage up. Sonic X is absolutely tearing them apart. That could be the ticket. But they got to get back up, not enough. There we go, the reversal. They're back on stage.
I mean, just a great play so far from Sonics. Doing a great job. Instead of playing that slow poke damage, that slow-paced gameplay, they are being the rushdown character. They're completely removing any power that Rampage had coming into this exact matchup. Has to go for a low recovery, but Sonic's recovery, a lot better than people give it credit for. Able to get them back up onto stage, and Sonics now trying to find their opportunity to strike the up air. Will find that first stock off of Sonics, Ravish.
That's absolutely massive. It's just making sure that, especially in these crew battles, right, how important those stocks can be. So at least getting one for your team can potentially mean the difference between, you guys being able to at least take it full distance, or maybe getting too old here. And NGCU want to make sure that they want to go the distance. All shots from here, but Rampage might be in trouble. We're looking for the spot of finisher. Is he going to get denied? And yes, he is.
What a great catch out from Sonics there, Ravish. Able to get a huge win for Bay State against NJCU. Now, only one stock lost. That stock is a little bit unfortunate, but hypothetically, I mean, Bay State, they are nearly a full player in the lead right now. We saw Sonics take two stocks before losing one of their own, so if they go in and take two more in this next game, even if they lose, their job is more than done.
Taking too effortlessly, might I also add here, Seth, because it seemed
true.
as though that although they were bouncing around in between the stages too, it wasn't so much that consistent chip damage game that we know Sonic to be. It was calculated and precision strikes that were given over by Sonic X. It was as though we did not see them coming, but through all of that to it, especially with the offstage play that we saw to Sonic X that we don't really see on a ton of Sonic Team players. That too was quite impressive. Excited to see if that does continue, as I believe we're just going through all the time is making sure we got enough to smash our opponents.
Yeah, it's not like we needed those 10 minutes, but it's better to have the right settings than the wrong ones, that's for sure. We've got it all lined up. Now I believe we're waiting for the next player from NJCU to join. And I gotta say, I'm very impressed by what Sonic's brought to the table there. So often do we talk about Sonic players and their ability to time somebody out to burn down every possible second of that timer, but Sonic's was going for an 80% speed run there. I mean, really trying to find those stocks as quickly as possible, and it worked well, Ravish.
It 100% did here, Sep. And with that sort of trend continuing, we'll have to see if that does actually manage to face up in the next matchup, right? Because, of course, Sonic can do a lot, especially up against a Joker like that. Right. But the question also then has to be, can they have the exact same impact in perhaps a more turbulent matchup? The answer is, maybe not, right? Because you can't see, you can also see other characters that can space Sonic just as well, especially with other swordies who can, catch you in the middle of your dashes, and things go ready from there.
Yeah, I'm excited. We've got a little bit of confirmation, I believe, already that we're going over to Yoshi's story, which is something that I really don't see very often, but with a Palutena coming out, that would make a little bit of sense as that Nair notorious. I mean, the Nair train from Palutenas can kill as early as 40% if those blast zones are close enough, so I wonder if that's kind of what they're going for here, or if they're going to play Palu in a way that I'm not expecting.
I mean, I feel like there's not a ton of ways to make sure that you surprise yourself with Palutena. Like, you know what you're going to get when you play as a character, and also when you have her as a matchup, right? And of course, there are some surprises, like just getting tossed off the stage before your very eyes, or perhaps even just taking shots that you never thought that you might be able to land hit. But that's of course just my own confirmation bias of my own experiences. I'll have to wait and see what might actually go down.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. With the Sonic, we had a bit of a surprise because Sonic does have multiple play styles, right? You can be ledge guard Sonic, you can be rushdown Sonic, you can be bait and switch Sonic, but Palutena is just Palutena. It's just Palutena. Yeah, she's got the one successful play style. Anything else, you're getting a little bit too risky there. You're going to want to be careful with that. And I think we're going to be jumping into the ring now. Yep, Sonic v Palutena, and this is going to be interesting because unlike the Joker matchup, I think Sonic has a really good speed advantage here.
Yeah, it most definitely does, but the thing has to be, too, with the Palutena, right? She is quite good at making sure that you're giving her that space, but Sonic does know on how to move that pretty efficiently and effectively. So, overall, just speculation aside, let's head on into it for our next match in the crew battle between Sonic X and Hydra.
Now, Hydra, that is actually a name, after seeing it, that I do remember from those grand finals that we had the opportunity to see what feels like an eternity ago, even though it was, I think, only a couple of months. But now, I mean, it is just going to be Hydra's time. Like you said, it's about making that space. It's about playing to your own speed, not to the speed Sonic's is going to try and force you to play. However, Sonic's a great opening early, finds 17% and counting. Ravish, I hate to say it, but this series in particular, I think, is going to be a slow one, this game here, because neither of these characters can really do what they want to, and I think there's going to be a lot of patience about when they can find these openings.
100% here, Sep. I was about to say it, right? It's just making sure that you are finding small windows of opportunity, especially for Sonic X to get across some of that chip damage before trying to go for the finisher. Now, you can't play that same offstage game like you did with Joker, considering how good Palutena's recovery is, but you can still try to make sure that she racks up enough damage that Palutena simply does not have the opportunity to try to come back on that stage because she's getting blasted off again.
112%. Sonic's doing a great job of consistently zoning out Hydra. And like we mentioned, if Sonic finds even a single stock, best case scenario 3, but 1, definitely 2 would be more than enough. Sonics would have eaten more than their fair share of stocks in this first matchup. Now we see Hydra trying to get aggressive, trying to catch Sonic's off ledge, but now able to break through that. The aggression coming through into mid-stage once again. I love these fake outs, Ravish. I love that Sonic is continuously dropping that spin to make sure Hydra can't read the movement.
This is really interesting too, because you see how, like, exactly like you're saying, it's like it's just a question of a will they, won't they, right?
Right, absolutely.
Which is so fun to me because, but the thing also has to be is the more he keeps doing these fake outs too, I feel like this is also where Hydra can look at an opportunity to actually land those skill shots too and make sure they can get some chip damage back. But it just happens all so fast that Aces doesn't get an opportunity, and he predicts the recovery.
What a great catch there from Sonics. I mean, what a way to open this back up. Finding that stock was your goal, and you haven't even lost one yet. If Sonics can find a second stock here, Ravish, that will be a seemingly impossible hole for NJCU to dig themselves out of, at least for this first series. Reminder, this is a best of 3. So even if Bay State wins this first series, there will be at least one more, maybe all the way to a 3. And if I'm not mistaken, Ravish, we did go all the way to the 3rd series in this Grand Finals. You know, when it was that Grand Finals. Right now,
we did indeed, my friend.
Matchup, but I mean, Bay State, they're looking to find that win. They're coming back with a vengeance.
You are 100% correct, like you're saying, right? It definitely did go the distance, and it seemed very close at the time as well. But it seemed as though the Bay State want to make sure that they do cement early on who might potentially be the winners of this season. With the run back of this Grand Finals, and Sonic X making a damn good case why he should be the one at the very top. This is ridiculous. He's at 135. He should be able to get this next stock pretty handily against Hydra, but I gotta look at Sonic X too, considering all the shit damage he's taken away. I don't know if he'll be able to survive all the way to that next stock, and there we go, just to carry through, man.
I mean, just the carry indeed, Ravish. We got to get Sonics to a chiropractor ASAP after this, because right now they are carrying Bay State. I mean, we haven't even seen another Bay State player here tonight because Sonics has taken 5 of the 6 stocks, looking for 6 right now. Reminder, Sonics still has not lost the second stock. They only came into this with 2. I mean, it has just been a phenomenal performance from this Sonic here tonight. Now, that second stock, I may have jinxed it just a bit, Ravish. They may be down the drain, and there it is. No! The kill screen, but not quite the kill yet. The recovery, the air dodge, just not going to bring you high enough. Now 1-1. But like we said, even if Sonics goes down here, the damage has been done against NJCU.
More than done, my friend, because you know what? I was actually predicting this might happen. I was thinking the Sonic X, even though if he didn't fall there like that so tragically, had already racked up, already around 150? So it was realistically only a matter of time before he did go down. So his spacing would have needed to be immaculate and perfect against Palutena. That's a really hard task to accomplish. So it would have taken just a surprise hit for him to go down there, which as of right now, okay, he does manage to get back on stage. But Sonic X so far seems to finally be playing a bit of a back foot, something we haven't seen out of him yet.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to say great credit to Hydra there, taking it all the way from a 2v1 situation, not only bringing Sonics down to that final stock, but tying it up a 1%, now a 10% differential with Hydra in the lead. It turns into an even bigger lead. Ravish, it turns into a win. Hydra, by the skin of their absolute teeth, going to be able to clutch that one out against Sonics.
I was just thinking, too, is that Sonic X, for some reason, cannot find a hit we were looking for. And all it took was a small swing of momentum to actually turn that back. A phenomenal win, and one that was extremely necessary for the side of NJC just to make sure that they kept this train rolling. But Sonic X, though, I have to say, took 5 stocks by himself, so did his job and more so.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because if you look at the top, it's going to say, you know, 2 players versus 2 players, and then you've got to look at the fact that whoever is coming in from the side of Bay State has a 2-stock advantage against this Palutena right now. So there is a very realistic chance we see Hydra go in and immediately get taken back out because 1 stock, you know, depending on who you're going up against, we've seen stocks taken in less than 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm. It's although not exactly the same sort of speed run we've witnessed before, but I know it is an opportunity that we can possibly get again. But this is not the right Mario game for all the speed running here, Seth. We're not here doing Mario Kart. We're not wall glitching. This is Smash Brothers. We're on PS2 maybe. Wait, we're not? We're on Kalos? Okay, I think we'll go to Kalos. Never mind. No speed running on Kalos either. But those tall ceilings might contribute to a bit more exciting gameplay.
Those tall ceilings are definitely going to change the gameplay. We talked a lot about Palutena's up smash and her nair, which are her, I believe, 2 primary kill moves. I don't know if there's another one in there somewhere, but the nair in particular, we see it what feels like 1,000 times over, and I wonder if that's going to be difficult because the nair really going to struggle to kill off the top. It's got Kalos, I believe, one of the highest kill ceilings in the game, highest ceiling blast zones, so Palutena going to have to change up that play style. We have gotten confirmation that Anarchy from the side of Bay State College, who is a Greninja player, will be joining us here in the arena on Kalos. Now, Greninja v Palutena, this is a very fascinating matchup in Ravish, one that honestly I can't say I'm familiar with.
It sounds rough for the Greninja, if I'm being really honest, too, because I know Greninja, too, wants to make sure you get up close and personal as well, right? More often than not. You do, of course, have your little shuriken you can try to use to perhaps gain some spacing, but with the more space you get, the more comfortable Paulo gets as well. And I don't know if you want to make sure the Paulo's in his zone, because when that happened last time, Sonic Clicks, who was on absolute tear, suddenly died. And of course, Greninja is also decently light too, so his up smashes can play a massive factor in what we were already seeing that Palutena is definitely capable of. But like we already said, speculation aside, let's get into it.
Speculation aside, Ravish, let's jump right into the middle of the battle. It's going to be NJCU's Hydra, 1 stock left on the board, trying to keep this player line tied up 2-2, but has to get rid of those 2 stocks early, and Anarchy needs 1. I mean, let's be honest, on Greninja, you're going to need 1 pretty good combo to walk away with that stock early, so this does give Hydra a lot of time to rack up damage, maybe even find a stock.
We see so far as it goes forward here, because like I was saying, all Anarchy has to do is probably just get 1. If they manage to just get 1, then they've contributed already to making sure that, Bay State stays in this. But for now, we'll continue forward as we see just the back and forth tussles. But so far, kind of what we were expecting too is this turns out to be a little bit rougher with the Greninja, who needs to find an opportunity to move in. It's not as easy to do with the Sonic. You don't have a unpredictable dash that you can just try to block.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail right on the head here, Ravish. Anarchy wants to get up close and personal. Really doesn't really want to be, needs to be. In order for Greninja to work well, you can use that neutral B as often as you'd like, but it becomes rather easy to dodge, especially the further away you are. Anarchy now possibly going to be kissing that first stock goodbye as Hydra catches a double 2-frame into that up smash, but those Kalos ceilings saving Anarchy from that first stock loss.
He's at 124 though right now, Sep. So far, this is looking to be very, very rough. He can't even find an opportunity to even get a couple hits and manage to get back up on stage, but right into a grab and a toss-up. But yet again, those high ceilings making sure he stays alive. And as the damage continues to burn, Anarchy hasn't taken a single hit in the past 60 seconds.
Yeah, the pressure on once again. Anarchy being juggled out. There's that Nair train I was so afraid of, but it finds 40% nearly onto Anarchy's scoreline. Hydra trying to find the opportunity to strike. It's going to be all about that slow pacing, the up smash off platform. The Kalos ceilings weren't going to be enough, but with an amazing follow-up from Anarchy, they are barely going to be able to clutch that one out with 2 stocks left on the board.
And still, on the other end though, the fact that 1 stock was still managed to be taken away means that at the end, the Palu, of course, contributing her well worth as well. So this is a phenomenal job given over by the side of Bay States. But NJNCU still means they're very much into the fight. But after that rough start, right, they got 1 player remaining. That is it. And with their crew battle, that means 3 stocks up against 5. So the player coming up 4 will have to perform a pretty solid effort to make sure they get their first dub.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to have to be essentially flawless. They're going to have to make it through Anarchy ideally without losing a single stock and then go in that final matchup 3-3. Now, we say ideally, but Ravish, obviously that's pretty hard. So whoever is coming out from the side of NJCU they have a really large task ahead of them.
A large task indeed, but the thing is here, Seth, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, right? I'm pretty sure Gandhi might have said that, but I can't be too sure on that. He is my uncle, so I'll go ahead and ask him later on. The question is though, right? But that single step has to be taken by this player here today and now. Now, can you tell? Because we must have both got the whole ball thing going on, right? I think we're right there with him.
Pretty on par, right? I mean, you're clearly just as wise. I believe so. I mean,
wow, thanks.
I mean it, Ravish. I absolutely do. But coming into this, Greninja, such a, I'm not going to say niche character. I feel like Greninja is somewhere in the middle. We don't see him a bunch. We don't see him, too often either. He's a character that we're certainly familiar with. And the question in my immediate thought process is going to be, whoever is coming in next for the side of NJCU, are they going to know the Greninja matchups? Because Greninja is one of those fighters where if you do not know the matchup, you are going to get rolled over.
Indeed, my friend. In which we already saw that earlier, right? It was a small window opportunity given to the Greninja, and then it was just consistent hits one after the next. And if that opportunity is given once again, then things may be taking a turn for the worse. as we do have the Samus locked into. I think it was just normal Samus and not Dark Samus, and I'm correct on that. Look at that.
I believe you are correct. Yeah, we've just got normal Samus rocking and rolling. I'm always excited to see Samus players. You know, I was a Samus player all the way back in Melee, so every time I see her, I get a little bit happy. But at the same time, Samus, a tough fighter to use these days, Ravish. I mean, her kit just does not travel well all the way into the world of Smash Ultimate, and she is on the lower side of a lot of tier lists. However, Zamu is going to try to make the magic happen here.
Which is why you gotta use the Dark Samus here, separate, one of my personal favorites in the game, because it's like having the exact same kit, but in dark mode. And dark mode is almost always better.
I cannot argue with that, Ravish. I mean, I gotta say, that is some solid argument there.
Thank you. Wise as Gandhi, as always.
Yeah, man. I mean, perfect. I'm pretty sure Gandhi said something about dark mode as well. You know, he mentioned having all his socials on dark mode, something like that. I don't remember, but right now, Bay State. I mean, Anarchy really struggling to get in. I think having the same issue against Palutena, even a little bit more so. Zamu's been doing a great job, just constantly getting in, finding that opportunity to strike before Anarchy can get in and do much of anything. Even jumping into a side special there for Anarchy. Not exactly how you want to start off a match.
Yeah, this is interesting too, exactly like you're mentioning so far. Anarchy as of right now is having a very tough go with, because they seem to be launching themselves into one string after the next. This is tragic, what I'm seeing currently out of Anarchy. Like, I feel like that string shouldn't have happened, but unfortunately timed, and Zamu taking fantastic advantage of that. You were mentioning how Samus has been having a tough call of finding her way back into some of these matches. So far, Zamu seems to be doing just a-okay. A nice dodge on that. I managed to dodge the ground, because that would have been certain death. Anarchy needs to find something back.
Yeah, Anarchy finally getting a little bit of damage on the board, just barely missing those triple digits onto Zamu, and they are off into the left blast zone there, into the forward air. That will find that first stock confirmed, Ravish. Now a full range Greninja, staring a 2-2 tie-up in the face, 144% in a dream, but the pressure is on because Samus hits a lot harder than people give her credit for in Anarchy, losing that technically first stock of this series just immediately off of Zamu's first stock loss.
This is so consistent from this side, and Anarchy, we said if you want to continue the train for Bay State, you know, it would pretty much just have to stop the buck right here, but Zamu on the other end, the same person with the Herculean task of taking as many stocks as possible. Should be able to take the next one if he managed to recreate what he did about 60 seconds ago. That is, of course, easier said than done, Zamu. Oh, okay.
The pressure on very heavily against Anarchy right now, down to that final stock, but doing a great job catching out a lot of free damage onto Zamu, who uses the up special out of combo there just to get out of that and DI away. It worked out perfectly, but you've got to be careful, because now I see Zamu doing it pretty often, 3 times in about 20 seconds, and that's make that 4, and that Samus recovery is insanely punishable, Ravish.
Yeah, isn't one after the next, how many frame it takes, and if you're doing that way too often, Anarchy, which has begun to notice, is that, oh, okay, this is a pretty common move. You try to make sure you take me out with that, but I'm gonna take you out next. A nice little leg sweep, and suddenly you're out of the Anarchy. Is only at 57. This is very doable for Bay State.
Incredibly doable for Bay State if they can just keep it calm, cool, and collected. It's going to be a huge opportunity now. Anarchy finding some real damage onto Zamu. The pressure against them is starting to stack. I think Zamu is realizing that they are really kind of back against the wall here.
Consistent flexes so far, though, but like you were saying, just a recovery are making sure they rack up the damage on Anarchy. One after the Nexus, it's a lot being put down. Okay, that was really well timed so far, but Anarchy not able to take advantage of it. Finds what makes sure that they got power tune up ones before, but only 58% though.
58%, not nearly as high as Anarchy wants to find it, but I mean, Anarchy has done more than enough, right? We're seeing a very common pattern of that from Bay State, from Sonics, from Anarchy. Now, they are taking way more stocks than was necessary of them, and even when this grab, that was back throw, would have killed, but up throw instead is going to be the option there. And even if Anarchy does walk away from this with a loss, Zamu has to go up against somebody at a 3-1 stock deficit. Ooh, what a back air, what a catch, and that seals the deal for Anarchy, but now, I mean, Zamu, an insane goal ahead of them.
Insane one, in fact, my friend, but yet again, this was the first step, and although they didn't manage to retain at least 2 of their stocks, They will have to play a near perfect game if they are to try to bring something back here. But this continues to get tougher and tougher aside of NJCU. But they're known to be a team that never says die. So we'll see what happens when things continue here.
Absolutely, and sorry, I'm updating my little spreadsheet so I can keep track of who has done what. I'm not sure who the next player for Bay State is going to be quite yet, but it's also important to note, Ravish, that of course these teams went toe-to-toe, head-to-head in those grand finals last year. But this season has been a little bit different. We've got Bay State at 6-0 right now. New Jersey City University, they are 5-1. So somebody has clipped their wings at least a single time. And I mean, sometimes that small instance is all you need. Bay State realizes that this is no Superman. This team is absolutely beatable.
You ever wonder how if you had wings and you got one of your friends clipped, would you just fly like one more on the other side? It's like, you know, when you wake up and having one of your legs numb and you're like, all right, cool. Now how do I go the rest of my life just hobbling?
I think you do that thing like when somebody throws a football really poorly and it kind of like goes like this, you know? It kind of like wobbles through the air. I think that's how you
lost me at football.
You've never seen a football. Ravish, the way I think that you and I would throw one, you know, when it flows into the air and it kind of just starts to bounce around up there, that's kind of how I think something with a clipped wing would fly. And luckily enough, I've never had to find out. So
You know what? I've thrown a Frisbee, but I think I would throw a football almost like how I throw a tennis ball, badly. That's it would like you mentioned it would make all those revolutions across in the air, like not none of those spirals you see Tom Brady throw. Shout out to him being back. But with all that being said, we do have, of course, our next matchup almost about ready with the players. Just make sure they can choose exactly which character they want to try and take the one stock in. And with Tony Pajamas on the Ness.
Yeah, Tony Pajamas on the Ness, coming in hot to wrap things up here. And I think Ness has a huge advantage over Samus here. The speed, the height. I mean, there's a lot that Ness can make happen. Samus in particular, like I said, she is not notorious for her place on tier lists. That's for sure. And I think Ness can really exploit that moving into this. And Ravish, we were here for that last game. And so far, I've only recognized Hydra and Anarchy. The other 4 players, brand new to me.
Oh yeah, this is interesting. Exactly what you're saying, right? So it seems as though that both of these colleges have gone through quite the back and forth. And honestly, this is pretty interesting. Considering they're bringing a brand new roster, I'm thinking maybe the players graduated and these new savants of the game are really start things off at 54% within 4 seconds.
That is Ness for you, Ravish. I mean, there is no better example of what that little demon can do. Able to find 64% on the board. I mean, that was just a blink and you miss it moment.
And Zamu, also noticing the stage that he's in, chooses to play a bit more off-center stage. Actually, with Tony kind of baiting him in. Just waiting for the second to be like, all right, cool. You want to fight? That's fine. I'll wait right here for you. I've got all day, brother. That's a nice grab, though. But maybe this might be the reversal they're looking for. Oh, nice dodge.
Nice dodge there. Oh, I love when Nesses use their recovery, that PK Thunder, to chase people down with. I think it's the goofiest thing in the world, but it really opens up a lot of huge opportunities, and it's really good at interrupting projectiles. And Samus, I mean, projectiles are the name of her game, right? Almost. We see Zamu 120%. 1 stock on the board. Tony Pajamas getting ready to blink and you miss it. Rip it away. Grab into back throw. And that, Ravish, is all she wrote. 1 minute and 24 seconds. Tony Pajamas winning Series 1 for Bay State.
Skill shots galore as you Tony Pajamas. You see why they are the anchor. By the way, they got that stock so flawlessly. They need to seem to know this character and this matchup, by the way, inside and out. I'm thoroughly impressed with Bay State taking a commanding first lead. We'll see if they manage to bring things back.
Absolutely. I mean, that was just incredible. And I'm not sure if we're taking a small break before we jump into Series 2. That was relatively quick, if we're being honest. So I'm not sure if the players need to take a break or if we need to. But I'll just keep stalling until we find out. I mean, just a phenomenal performance from Tony Pajamas. Like I said, I think Ness is a little demon. I think when people are great at playing him, they are very hard to beat. Tony Pajamas, a great example of that. Kind of sad we only got to see Tony for 1 stock. I'd like if maybe Tony kind of jumped back around, started for the next matchup, but that would be pretty hype to see a little bit more of Tony.
Indeed, it would have been, yeah. Exactly like you're mentioning. So we'll just We'll just be waiting on to see.
There's no break. Confirmed.
Yeah, they go right into bands, no breaks at all. We continue forward. Let's get it.
We trudge on, and I'm really excited. I hope, the one thing I don't like about this particular style of crew battle is there are situations where we don't get to see all the players, and I don't think that's particularly fun. My first week with ECAC, there was a Captain Falcon that 18 stocked. I saw nobody else from his team. I was like, well, that kind of stinks. I was like, that's not what you want to see. You want to see the whole team kind of get their time to shine. And I kind of hope we're going to get to see that. It looks like we've already got Sonics back in for Bay State, so they're very much of the if it ain't broke play style. But maybe NJCU is going to shake up their roster a little bit.
I, in fact, remember this personally, where hearing the legends of the Captain Falcon who decided, I'm gonna be the entire team, the absolute Army, Navy, and Air Force, with how they came in with such a absolute conundrum to present to the other side. So, although, of course, it is cool when you see players dominate, but it's also unfun when, not everybody can play, where they're all sitting around, just a switch waiting, be like, hey guys, is it my turn yet? And no, sadly, it is never your turn.
Mom said it's
but
my
this
turn
time maybe.
In ECAC. They're sitting there waiting. They're like, hey, mom said it's my turn to play. You gotta hand me the controller. And yeah, I bring up that Captain Falcon so often because I have never seen anything like that in my entire life. It was like I was struck to my core with fear. It was really quite terrifying. But we have not seen any. I haven't seen any 9 stocks since. That was really a 1 in a million moments. But as we jump into this, Sonics versus Zamu. So there actually is going to be a shakeup here on the side of NJCU. I wonder if they're trying to bring in Zamu early so they can have a little bit of an easier start. Maybe Zamu can find some stocks earlier on.
Yeah, Zamu being the anchor, like of the NJCU, right? So it doesn't make sense, but making sure that Sonics isn't able to do the same damage he did last time. Now, we do know this is a common strategy. We do see teams actually do shake up when they're on such a deficit like this, by bringing in their anchor. I guess, especially against the person who tore apart their entire squad.
Right.
But so far, both sides haven't touched each other. Never mind.
Yeah, this has the potential to be quite a few things, if we're being honest. This could be a very fast matchup, or this could be wildly, insanely, incredibly slow. And it's only been 30 seconds, but they're definitely both going for what appears to be that slower play style. Nobody wants to overextend. Nobody wants to be the one to make that first mistake, because that first mistake can turn into a 60% combo, and I think they're both very aware of that fact.
I mean, I think with Sonic, you gotta worry about that, right? Because, like, look, see, it's just chip damage every single time, but it's annoying enough that Samus can at least bring that back. Because look at that. It was a couple of hits, 13% and nothing but past the end of it. Sonic is going to work real hard to rack up his damage, especially against Zamu.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Zamu taking now 54%, a great opportunity for Sonics to strike. And I like what Sonics is doing, kind of conditioning Zamu to use their shield a little bit more often than immediately approach it. Because Samus has, if we're being honest, one approach out of shield, and it's just up special, which we already know Zamu loves to use.
Yeah, it is kind of disgusting to use, and it's kind of nice to just be able to rack up a stupid amount of just damage onto your opponents too. But like you're saying, it is very easy punishable, and it has been like that. The timing, and you're out of there.
I mean, what a clever play there. A very simple one, but a good one regardless. That forward smash, perhaps forward tilt. I didn't quite catch the move, but either way, the first stock taken off of Zamu, and that is the important part. Sonic's getting a little bit more confident now, has Zamu up to 46%, has taken the lead by over a full stock. As I say, the 20% neutral B does come in from Zamu, but Sonics is going to be there to cancel that damage right back out, Raj.
Does he good timing there and spacing there too? He's managing to read Zamu's actually landings, which is the biggest part of all this. Like kind of seeing where your opponent wants to go can be such a detriment in Smash, because having small windows and recovery is realistically where you find yourself with bitch setup. But Sonic X not allowing for that opportunity, and Zamu is just getting stuffed like a calzone.
Yeah. Truly, I mean, it has just been a very positive, very impressive turnaround from Sonics. It's like they heard us, we were like, uh-oh, this is going to be a slow one, and Sonics said, hey, watch this, bring out the splits, we're speed running it. Now a perfect parry into that neutral special coming out from Zamu, all that damage down the drain. Sonics with the double up air into the honings. Oh my goodness, the down air now from Zamu, but Sonics refuses to go down. A full rage Sonic looking to 3 stock to start off for Bay State.
there's no way this is the anchor too for NJCU as well. Remember that, Sep. So taking Zamu out this early on is going to be a genuine detriment to the side of NJCU.
Oh,
and he's gone.
Amazing. I mean, Ravish, there's one word to describe that. I'll give you a hint. Begins with a D and rhymes with disaster. My goodness. I mean, NJCU, their anchor, like you said, completely taken off the table. Sonic's clearly, at least as of right now, MVP. No doubt in my mind, MVP of this match.
I'm still trying to think of the word. Deserter?
No, it was just disaster again.
It's just disaster.
It
Okay,
was
cool.
just disaster twice.
It was just disaster. You weren't clear with the instructions.
That's on me. Sorry. Gandhi's not my uncle. I'm not very wise with the whole speaking thing.
It's fine. That's why you're here, right? We're making sure that we get paid to be able to talk for a living at this point. But speaking on past talking as of right now, Sonic X is still has 3 stocks, by the way. So he could do the exact same thing to the rest of the NJCU squad, and we might never see it coming.
I mean, Ravish, remember minutes ago when I said, and I haven't seen one of those 9 stocks in a while, and then Sonic comes in, 3 stocks out the gate. We've seen them, I mean, pseudo 3 stock because they had 2 stocks and they took somebody out all 3. So we've seen them ideally 3 stock twice today, if we're including, you know, when they had to give the 1-up because of the rules of the crew battle. But I'm just so impressed because Sonic is like an okay character, right? But he's definitely one of those characters where if you know the matchup, it becomes a lot easier. What I'm starting to notice is perhaps the matchup just isn't as familiar from the side of NJCU. Oh, you did! We can still hear you. No, wait, Ravish. I can still hear you because we're never mind, guys. Ravish is gone. I'm talking to you. Nobody can hear you but me. Ravish will be right back. His VMix crashed, but now you guys get to listen to me talk about, I don't know, Sonic. I have never played a Sonic game. Fun fact, I only know him. Well, I know him from the Sonic series, but the only games I've ever played.
Hey,
Great. I was just rambling. Please, I have nothing to say right now.
No, you're fine. You're fine. What matters is that, look, Sonic games are cool. They're fun, but like, you know, they're the OG style games. If you like them, you know, just like old school Mario, some platform and stuff. But the Sonic games will be interesting where it's not so much a platformer, your pacing, your timing, and your ability to jump at the right time. I've only ever played Sonic Heroes. I played the old school Sonic like once. The Sonic Heroes was pretty fun.
I had a Sonic game for the Game Boy, but I don't think I ever played it like very much. I just know that I owned it.
You want to know something really sad? I never owned a Game Boy growing up. Not once.
Ravish, no.
Never owned a Game Boy.
I
did a PS2.
4 in my apartment right now.
Never even had one. I've never even got to hold a Game Boy ever.
Ravish, if Ravish, the day we meet, I'm bringing you a Game Boy, and I'm gonna have you play something. We're gonna figure it out. But that's so sad. I love the Game Boy. Like I said, I think I have 4 in my apartment right now. They are. Cool. They're one of my favorites. Oh, speaking of my favorites, Ravish, one of my favorite characters in the entire game making an appearance right now. I used to be a Pac-Man player. I've since stopped playing Pac-Man, but I still love seeing Pac-Man players. Red to go, Purple is the name, busting out that pack right here, right now. Ravish, this is a battle of the old school.
This is interesting. So like you were saying, the OG games, we're looking at like both of these characters, and we're even on a stage where I find, in my opinion, benefits Pac-Man, because I find Pac-Man players only ever play on this.
Sure. I think platforms go a long way for Pac-Man as well. He can really find some great combos off the back of that. Pac-Man.
No way.
No
way.
Oh, okay, he got it back. Okay. I was going to say, and Pac-Man has one of the best recoveries in the game, one that I find incredibly underrated. A lot of people do not give it credit. But right now, Purple knows what is up. They are busting out the Galaga combos, the Fire Hydrant combos, and they are ready to get this 3-stocker out of here.
And this Fire Hydrant is going to be the make or break, especially up against Sonic 2, because you are literally stopping his momentum in his tracks. And the reversal like that is how you break things back.
I love it. I love the reversal there, and I love Purple's use of the Fire Hydrant so far. I mean, it is so over-aggressive. Like, if this goes wrong even a single time, Purple's about to take 30% off the Hydrant, but so far, I mean, just that coveted over-aggression working so unbelievably well. And I'm worried, though, Ravish, because Pac-Man, notorious for a lack of kill confirms, and you know, we've seen Sonics get all the way up to 140% and not lose a stock. So going up against a character that has no kill confirms should be even easier not to die.
It's gonna be a tough battle too. Like from the way I'm estimating it, right? We were talking a bit before about, you know, whether or not this was going to be that kind of slow burn type of game so far, and it seems as though it might not be, because that fire hydrant is actually the bane of Sonic's existence right now. The way he's been able to stop everything he wants, that was like a cheap shot.
the Smash equivalent of a cheap shot, honestly, when it catch out. And I'm pretty sure 149 is the exact number that we saw Sonics at in that last series when they 3-stock. So we've seen them get to this number and not one further. Now that curse already broken. Purple gets him up to 158. Full rage on both sides. The apple misses. Sonic's roll goes low enough to keep him out of that line of sight. And now that first stock taken off of Purple. A great start, but we're going to need a better finish. And
he has to just play on the fire hydrant because things like that can happen. That is one stock taken away already. So for NJCU off to a good start, and they're gonna need to keep doing this if they want to bring things back. But look at this, Sonic X not even giving him the opportunity to put down the hydrant.
Yeah, not a second, not a moment's notice to let that hydrant come out. And I think that's genius. That's exactly how you're going to have to play this. You're going to have to put that down early and find those opportunities to strike. But, you know, if the hydrant comes out, all of a sudden things become rough and scary for Sonics.
And things like that, like you're saying, these are the opportunities so far that Sonic X needs to find. Be able to do so, gets to recovery. Now Angie's in trouble. Okay, they're okay, never mind. But looking close so far, but 124 to go. And Sonic X, the ability of adaptation after that first stock, not only at 46% so far, and continuing to actually go a little bit higher. So, Purple, maybe? No, definitely.
Yeah, and it's also important to note that right now, I mean, Sonics is a bonus player for Purple. Every single stock they find huge. NJCU there on their second person. Bay State still racking on their first. Even if Sonics loses this, they have taken 2 stocks off already. They've made it so easy for their teammates to come and clean up the rest of NJCU and just send us home with a very quick 2-0.
Is looking to be the case so far, but as they keep on racking up the damage here, man, I think if Purple gets the stock here too, this would be doing his team a massive service. But if they do not, then I know Sonic X has the possibility to take it all home after only losing 1. And 145, we're almost at the magical number here, Sep.
What?
He fell! That's it!
Sonics, what was the goal there? What was you should have just let it bounce away. Ravish, that's just a frame diff. That hurts. There's so many reasons that should not have happened, but when it does, all you can do is cringe over it. I mean, right now, I was going to say it's possibly winnable for Purple, but Sonics, okay, the recovery's there, but the spring catch out does reset the recovery. Got to avoid the 2-frame. They're able to do that. Now the hydrant comes out, and Sonics spaces it out perfectly, walking away from that second series with a stock still on the board. Has taken 6 in the time. They have lost only 2.
And the thing is here as well, if they did not manage to lose that second stock, I would have had not a doubt in my mind that we just see Sonic X this entire time. But since they managed to lose 1, then I think we have the possibility of at least seeing another player. So maybe the Greninja again. But yeah, this so far is domination through and through from Bay State.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it's hard to even say Bay State. It's a domination from Sonics so far.
True.
Of the, 9, of the 18 stocks available to be taken, we have seen Sonics take 11 of them. Sorry, I had to do math on that. 11
nice math, I like
of the
that.
18. I'm not even positive that's right. Just nobody go check. Let's just all pretend that's spot on and I'm a genius. But that, case in point, a lot of them have been taken by Sonic, seemingly almost all of them. It has been the Sonic show all day long today, and with 1 fighter left from the side of NJCU, this person is going to have to do seemingly the impossible, Ravish. I say a Herculean task quite often. That is a phrase that I'm very comfortable using. This truly, I think, is one. I mean, they have to go through 8 stocks without losing 3. It's possible, as we've seen from Sonics, but it is not probable.
No, right? It's gonna be a tough task to accomplish. like you're saying, but I believe it'll be up against the Palutena, if I'm not incorrect here. So against them, we did remember that, Sonic did struggle for a couple of seconds, but it's still a Palutena here.
Yeah.
So it's like this, yet again, when we're playing around those windows of opportunity, and we're going to PS2.
It's also important to note that Hydra was the very person to remove Sonics from the bracket earlier in a 3-stock to 2-stock situation. We saw this exact situation play out. Or did Sonics have 1 stock at the end there? Was it 1?
Sonics had 1 stock at the end there.
Okay, so this is actually looking quite bleak for Sonics then. Okay. So, but last time they matched up, Hydra went in with a 3-stock to 2-stock differential and did beat Sonics only with 1 stock remaining. I believe that came down to not quite last stock, last hit, but pretty darn tootin' close. And now, this is Hydra's time to really turn it around for NJCU. If they can take this stock without losing 1, all of a sudden, this is so much more winnable.
I mean, you say winnable so far, Seth, but I'll believe it when I see it. That's realistically all it's going to be. Because so far, okay, Sonic, Hydra gets the first hit, off to a great start. It can only go up from here, right? Right?
I mean, I'm talking mad hypotheticals, Rev. Honest, there are very few worlds in which Hydra walks away with a win here, but there absolutely are some. Hydra just has to play flawlessly, and as 70% has been racked up in the first 45 seconds, the word flawless might have to be taken out of our dictionaries right now. This has just been a mad dash from Sonics to take even a single stock. Pretty much guarantees a victory for Bay State tonight.
Yeah, because as of right now, this is so far kind of just bouncing and weaving in between these two players. And Sonic X, though, might be into trouble, right? Already at 61%. And we know Palu might be able to do some serious damage off the end of this. Remember, 1 stock is all it takes. And Hydra, we know, is a very capable player of doing exactly that. But that continuing forward, trying to dodge, bob, and weave. It's like they're playing double dutch between Sonic.
Yeah, true. Double Dutch, but there's one thing. He's just moving so fast that you really can't tell where he's going to be. Hydra able to get that first stock, perhaps. The spring actually may reset the recovery, but what a catch from Sonics there. I mean, I read like a children's book, read like a picture book right there. I mean, Hydra absolutely just fell for it, and Sonics now take that first stock and, like I said, essentially guarantees that victory for Bay State. Sonics is not out yet. I mean, they are looking for that 9 stock.
I mean, it's, like we already said, it'll be tougher to do considering if they keep rack up damage like this, especially up against Palutena, but if they keep continuing to read it like the morning paper, like the appendix of a book, like the first chapter of the readings I still haven't done, then things will go swimmingly for themselves. As of right now, see Hydra playing at a massive disadvantage, already at 109, but 92 on Sonic. So this was where we saw them actually take that stock against them. It was just a small little up B. One hit is all it takes.
No, Rabbit!
Rabbit!
Oh my! Sonics is too clean with it.
Disgusting.
Oh my good. Disgusting is the only word. I mean, it is just a madhouse right now. Sonics is the name of the game. It is not Bay State versus NJCU. It is Sonics versus NJCU. My goodness, this player, I don't know if their non-sponsored gamer beverage kicked in or what, Ravish, but they are all over this series right now.
And this just continues to be a thrashing. Maybe. The throw.
Oh my goodness.
It's there.
We've had a kill screen already. It's got to be a shoo-in soon. I mean, Sonic's looking for the 9 stock. If you're Hydra, I think you give it to him. He has deserved the 9 stock across the board. Sonic has been absolutely kicking butt and taking names all night long. Now 114 in a dream. The explosive flame going to fall a little bit short. Recovery going to reach those final boxes with a 2-frame. Could be disaster. Just barely dodges the explosive, but will be caught by the 3rd one. Hydra, I mean, had a vendetta and followed through on it. Removed Sonic's, no 9 stock available, but, Raph, there is, I think, no world where a Palutena with 1 stock wins this series.
Blood in his eyes. He got a little bit too antsy. He thought he had it. It was there. I saw the vision, but yet again, if he had 1 more stock, this game is over right now. It's donezo. Yeah. That's it. But at least we got to see 1 more match. The Palutena with 1 stock. Let's see what more she can do.
Yeah, let's see what this Palutena can make happen. Hypothetically, we're going to be seeing Anarchy on the Greninja or Tony Pajamas on the Nest. I think more of them, sorry, what was I just saying? I think both of them are more than enough capable of taking this Palutena stock early. I think you send in Tony Pajamas next because Ness just has an easier run of the matchup than Greninja does. You eliminate more variables by just sending in the Ness. It's a little bit easier to win that way, but with the way Bay State's sitting right now, they might send in, who knows, their lowest ranked player on the team just to get them some playtime. This is so hard to lose that they may just have a ball with it.
I mean, you know what? I think so, considering all that they have to offer, right? This win is realistically in their hands. All you got to do is just ride things out. It's one slack they have to take. It's so we'll see what goes on as of they're just looking to choose that stage, and we're going to small battlefield. I'm okay with this. Paulo might do fine, but at the end of the day, this is only just going to get rougher from here. And you know what, Seth? I'm not a person who calls things early.
Right.
But Bay State has won this. It's just gonna be a matter of time before they take us home.
Yeah, you know, I try not, like you said, I try not to call things too relatively early, but the odds so insanely against. I mean, it is 6-1 stocks right now. This would be the run of a lifetime. This would be on every Smash highlight clip YouTube video for the next 5 months. This would be the moment. This would be a highlight reel in itself, but I mean, if we're just talking odds, the odds are unbelievably against Hydra right now. The next player coming in for Bay State, I don't think has been confirmed quite yet. We're still waiting to find that out. But small battlefield, Rav, if a Palutena is going to pop off, if this is where Bay State starts to lose the game, those blast zones are mighty close on small battlefield.
They are indeed. I believe we're going to Toxex for Bay State next. So like you were saying, the player that I believe we actually did not get to see side of Bay State. So we'll see how they prep on up and how they come into the stage already. Okay, I'm excited to see what they might play here, Seth.
I hope it's something weird. I hope it's something funky. We've seen quite a few of those. We saw a Greninja, we saw a Sonic, we saw Pac-Man at some point. Like, we saw some real fighters on the board today, Rav. Oh, you froze again. Oh, he hard crashed. Okay, he left our voice call as well. Well, you guys, hey, that's a huge frame to freeze on, though, if we're being honest. I mean, he still looks handsome. I don't know how he pulls that off. The other day I had a freeze frame, looked like I was sneezing. It was a whole thing. But, hey, Ravish will be right back with us. He's here with us very clearly in spirit at the very least, and he'll be joining us in just a sec. But Toxex for Bay State, for Bay State, jumping in here. And I mean, guys, I got to level with you. Hydra, 1 stock left. This is 3-1 stock differential. The odds very much against them. Ike versus Palutena. And chat, you might disagree with me because now you're the only people I get to talk to. But with an Ike on the table, I think Palutena could clutch out quite a bit. You get Ike off stage, you explosive flame, you auto reticle, you nair a few times. Ike's recovery game is doo-doo. I mean, it's miserable. It's very bad, but as we jump into this now, Hydra. Oh, they have to reset now because Hydra did 13%. They weren't supposed to. That is, I guess we just gotta say, mighty unfortunate. That is not the game, but they are going to go for a full-blown reset. Toxex bringing out the Ike, and that's just muscle memory kicking in, gang. As soon as the match starts, Palutenas, they go for auto reticle, they go for explosive flame. That's the book for them. He's still I'm so mad about how handsome Ravish looks in that frame. I had one the other day, and it looked like I was sneezing. It was so bad, and he's got this nice little smile. Whatever. I'm over it. I'm not, but I've got to be. All right. Okay. Credit to the players. They're going to be able to jump right back into the swing of things in the blink of an eye. Small battlefield. Hopefully Hydra will remember to get that stock taken offline. Huge shout out Toxex for being so down to just reset, just call it back and let the magic happen. We see that happening now, and there is the taunt, which means the game is afoot. Hydra down 1 stock left on the board. Toxex looking for that time to shine, and already an Ike off stage, folks. I'm terrified of that mentality because the second he falls off, Bay State may fall off, you know what I'm saying? 56 and counting. Side special in to grab ledge. That's dangerous, though. You go a little bit too low, and you cannot bounce up the side of small battlefield the way you could, let's say, Kalos, right? Actually, Ike doesn't have a wall jump. I don't think. I don't know. I'm not a sword. I'm not a swordie, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I'm an Olimar player. I don't know a lot about swordies. I do know a little bit more about Palutena because she is the bane of my existence, so it is going to be a little bit easier here for her to get up close and personal. However, not only is Ike pretty stinking heavy, the dude hits like a bus. He hits so insanely hard. It can really just be disastrous for anybody. Even the real heavies struggle against players like Ike because, dude packs a punch. I mean, it is just devilish what an Ike can do. And now Hydra already able to take one stock, 2v1, and Doxax getting juggled a bit. I mean, already, what is that, 4? Make it 5 up airs in a row, 43%.
Make it 6 uppers, make it 7 uppers, make it 8 up airs.
Ravish, you're back just in time for, I think, this series to end.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Sorry, guys, my router reset. My apologies, but I'm here now, which is what matters.
That's all that matters. Ravish, the frame you froze on, bro, you look so handsome. I'm so mad. Anyway, series is over. We're literally, really great wrap-up there from us on the desk, but Bay State, they are walking out large and in charge. Just a phenomenal opportunity for them. And if I'm not mistaken, and I very well may be, but if I'm not mistaken, NJCU won last time. So I think Bay State really just
sure
turned
they
it
did.
around. Because I believe it was like a 1-1-1 because we went all the way to game 3. I don't remember. Either way, Bay State, not only do they win today, they keep that win streak alive. They are now 7-0, Ravish.
You know what? Let me go ahead and check that right now as well. I believe I have it. Yeah, NJCU won last time.
A huge turnaround. I mean, what a phenomenal performance there from Bay State. They not only did they have the download on New Jersey, but they put their money where their mouth is. I mean, they absolutely kicked a butt today.
They most definitely did here, my friend, exactly like you're saying. But, you know, we will actually get to hear a bit more from the members of Bay State, one of the players at this interview. But before we get there, Seth, there's somebody we got to thank for making all this possible.
Oh, Rav, absolutely, man. I mean, we were talking about kicking butt. You know who else kicks butt?
Who?
I mean, Lenovo Legion. Lenovo Legion knows you play to win. To stand out from the competition, you need equipment that matches the speed of your thoughts and actions. The Legion Y25 monitor delivers wins with the toughest, most critical situations with its extreme 1ms response time to its insane 240 hertz refresh rate. The Legion Y25 doesn't just keep up, but does a lot more. It is built for those engaged in vast multiplayer battles, and at the tournament level, the Legion Y25 offers a 24.5-inch FHD IPS panel with built-in NVIDIA registered G-Sync compatibility. The Legion Y25 monitor is available at Lenovo.com and other fine retailers. And Ravish, isn't it incredible? I just made all that up right off the top of my head.
It most definitely is,
Beautiful,
my friend.
right?
You are not
Amazing.
only handsome, but also talented. So just to make sure that we keep you on screen for a little bit longer, we're going to do a short break. We'll have our interview with you in 60 seconds. Start counting right now. We'll see you back in a bit.
Finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 wrists. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back after a rather dominant performance here from Bay State tonight. They take out their essential last-time grand final rivals, New Jersey City University, in a 2-0 fashion. We are joined by Toxex, the Ike player, who we did only get the unfortunate opportunity to see for a single stock, but better some than none. So Toxex, my first question is, last time around, you guys were unfortunately in the loser's seat up against NJCU, but tonight, y'all come out with a vengeance. You walk away with a 2-0 victory. So I want to ask, what did you as a team do to prepare for this run back?
We got Sonics.
Yeah.
I think the team overall season NJCU was the only team that we had a losing record on, or at the very least that we dropped games to. And I don't think we really wanted to drop a game this season. I think we wanted to go in here, prove we're the best, and we put our best in there. And stalking the team, and first time around he didn't quite do that. Second time got a little bit closer, but you know, even without Sonics, between me, Tony, Floppe, and even our new member Nexus and a couple other, it's I'm pretty confident we would have won even without Sonics.
All right, so we like to hear it. And considering, so far already you guys are obviously phenomenal on your own, but I want to talk about you as a player. Is there something that perhaps that you want to let the world know that, that what Toxics is here to prove?
I'm going to be the best Ike. That's kind of my thing. I love my character. And I had a pretty, actually me and my my teammate Tony Pajamas both had really solid performances at our first S tier majors. He placed 65th out of 750, and he got some crazy wins. I got 40, and beat Metal Sharp. And I think the team itself is just stacked. It's insane, honestly. I look at the roster. Anarchy, who doesn't have a lot of access to offline events, but he will run with the best of them on Wi-Fi, and the minute that guy has access to offline tournaments, he's gonna be a menace. So yeah, I think the team has something to prove, and personally I have something to prove, and it's that I'm gonna be one of the best. So I'm getting there. But that's what I have to say about that, at least.
I mean, we can consider this a stepping stone of many. Like you said, if y'all are putting up numbers like that already, you make it all the way to second place. Last year, you're 7-0 right now. This year, you are running and gunning for that grand final. So Toxics, I mean, we knew you were good when y'all walked in today, but you have cemented that in stone tonight. One more question before we let you go. Is there anybody you would like to give a general shout out or just a thank you to before we call it a night?
Just our coach, Aaron. I think he does a great job of organizing things, getting us all together, planning for these events, and also Blue, because he's, probably the second in command as far as planning goes, and kind of just being there for everybody. Huge for the team, for morale. Yeah, those two are goats of the team, honestly.
Awesome. Well, we are glad to hear it. Toxics, thank you so much for joining us, and your whole team, a massive congratulations on your win tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much on behalf of all of them.
Awesome. Thank you so much, my friend. And with that, folks, I think we are getting ready to call it a night. I'll speak for Ravish and me both just so we can get this show on the road. It has been a pleasure to be here. We love being here. We love hanging out with you guys and getting the opportunity to see all these schools. It just really bring their absolute best, like Bay State really did tonight. A huge shout out to PogChamp in the back line for putting on all of the production. Literally everything except me and Ravish existing in our own worlds was done by him. So a huge shout out as well. Thank you to both the teams for coming out tonight, all the players for coming, and thank you all for watching. We love you so very much. We'll see you next time, but for the time being, check your posture, drink some water, don't forget to love each other, and we'll see you all next week.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big.